Hi everyone, welcome to episode 21 of A Sky Full of Stars, where we're currently in the middle of the stargazing event, and even though Hikari and Akito missed the opportunity for the class to see the Albireo stars, because the Earth has rotated to the point where these stars are out of view, Miharu-sensei was able to make it up by showing the class her favorite stars. So in a sense, the class didn't come out here for nothing. So first we had the Orion constellation, then it was the Major Canis and the Minor Canis, and these three constellations form the Winter Triangle, and it makes sense because these are winter exclusive stars. So stars that are best seen during the winter months. And one star of interest is the Betelgeuse star, because that star changes size often. And now we come to the star of interest, the Winter Albireo. And Sai just got a chance to see these stars through Akito's telescope. And let's see what happens next. So I wonder how she felt when she got to see these stars. Okay, so before that, Hikari wants to go next. So she's anxious, eager. And I think Saya sparked interest in many of the classmates, so now someone else wants to go before Hikari. Hikari impatiently dove towards the telescope. Okay, so Hikari goes first, or after Saya. So I'm pretty sure it's called the Winter Albireo because it looks like the actual Albireo, but it's not the same stars. So the characteristic that you get two different color stars close to each other, one blue, one amber. After careful observation, Hikari turned to me and grinned. Akito, so afterwards, the students lined up one by one and looked through the telescope. Halfway through the line, Saotome realigned the altezimuth mount to match the star's new position in the sky that had changed with time. Everyone had their chance to look through the telescope. Okay, so how about you look as well, Akito? Sure. After taking a deep breath, I slowly leaned over the telescope. So much had happened up to this point, and my chest felt like it wouldn't burst. Or it would burst. And now the star shown at the end of the telescope was a star I didn't even know. I was a bit scared to even look. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and look in the telescope. And let's see what he sees. Okay, so he got to use the viewfinder to find the stars, and now we see something. that looks like the Albireo. So right in the middle were two stars, cuddled close together, just like a set of twins. Oh, so this is the Winter Albireo. And it looks kind of like the actual Albireo stars. A double star system made up of a clear blue star and a bright orange star. So they were quite simple to look at, but beautiful stars nonetheless. Especially because the light from these two stars beautifully reminded or resembled Saya's eyes. Okay, so it's like, yeah, this is located on the Canis Minor or Canis Major. Okay. So I wonder what makes this Albireo stars more special than the other Albireo, so the actual Albireo stars. So I wonder why. So Saotome Sensei faced the students and Saya as she spoke those words. So how does Saya feel about this? So in spite of her flushed expression, Saya gazed idly at the teacher as all the students looked at her eyes enviously. So now that the class has seen the Albireo stars, they're kind of envious of Saya that she has eyes that resemble the Albireo stars. And we kind of go from an insult to basically how special Saya is. It's like, oh, I really wish I had special stars too, because it really makes you stand out. Like, I really wish I had multicolored eyes. As she noticed everyone watching her, Saya awkwardly hung her head and turned away. I just continued gazing through the telescope as the exchange went on next to me. To naked eye, the Winter Albireo was so dark that it only looked like a tiny dot. But when viewed through the telescope, its prominent colors become much clearer. And suddenly my father's words rang through my ears. Don't fear the darkness, because though the night is dark, the stars shine dazzling bright. And after all of the good and bad times, irritation and frustration, after giving up on it all, everything in front of me became dark. But to think that the star I saw before me was this bright. The reason I felt, or that I can feel the strength of this star's light, is all thanks to the darkness. So stars are really beautiful, huh? So the words tumbled down from my mouth as I recalled the time when my father and I had gazed up at the Albireo. It felt just like this. The forgotten, idyllic memory filled my empty chest with such warmth. Okay, so it looks like the Takeichi and his gang are still not satisfied, and now they're trying to question the validity of the stargazing event. So they're like we got to see the fake Albireo stars, so it's not the real thing. So either way, it's still a failure. And obviously, Hikari's upset. Well, obviously she would be. Okay, so they're still on that bet idea, like that bet where if the class gets to see the Albireo stars and the event goes through, then Hikari's gonna win, and they have to go swimming in the cold river. So Takeichi and the underlings had to swim the cold river. But if this event fails miserably and the class doesn't get to see the stars, then Takeichi wins and Hikari has to go and swim in the rivers. And the underlings are so focused on making sure Takeichi wins the bet, so they're not interested in this event at all. They're just hoping that the bet wins in favor of Takeichi. But I think they're missing the point, because the point is not to play bets and games. The point is for the class to come and see the stars. So I wonder what these people are up to. I'm pretty sure that's a no, because they don't care about the constellation. They don't even like this event at all. And the only reason Takeichi came was because he didn't want to be the spoiler for the whole class. So I just came to basically be company for the rest of the class. But, well, let's just continue. So Takeichi's like, okay, quit it, guys. Well, at least Takeichi admits defeat. So even though the underlings are trying to read the fine print and try to say, well, it's the equivalent, so not the actual stars. So in a sense, Takeichi still won. But Takeichi doesn't want to create more bad publicity for the rest of the class, so it's like, okay, I'll accept defeat. Okay, well, I kind of lost as well because so Akito also feels that he lost the event because or he lost the bet because they didn't get to see the actual Albireo stars, and they got to see something that's kind of close to the actual Albireo stars. And then Hikari's like, no, you can't admit defeat. It's fine. I'll take care of the penalty game. I'll go and swim in the cold rivers. I said, feeling completely at peace as I looked at Hikari and Takeichi's astonished expressions. So now the teacher's kind of interested in what the bet was. Well, I think she's still curious about what the penalty game was. And it's kind of the reason why the underlings are not interested in stargazing. They're hoping... And Hikari's trying to cover up the situation, the bet. I ignored Hikari and the fussy winner Takeichi and called out to the other students. Okay, so he basically puts it aside and says, okay, so everyone already had a look, right? So I'm gonna put away the telescope now. Okay, so let's close this event. It's getting kind of late and the parents are probably worried about these little kids. As the teacher looks or spoke, everyone seems to immediately reach the cold or recall the cold and left the rooftop one after another. I don't know. So now when Akito admitted defeat, it kind of raised all these questions for Takeichi and his underlings. Takeichi and his lackeys voiced their suspicions of my words as they entered the school. And what about Saya? Okay, I'll help you clean. Saya seemed like she was about to say something, but once Hikari showed up, she ran away. No, nothing in particular. I knew she had wanted to say something, but after seeing the twin stars, I couldn't focus on anything else. I wonder what's going to happen with that. Well, we'll see. As I tried to avoid the question, Hikari grumbled as she looked at me incredulously before breaking out into a big smile. A huge success, huh? So at least they got their expected response. So at least everyone now sees how special Saya is. And when Akito mentioned that her eyes look like the Albireo stars, it means that she's special and not a monster. Yeah, that's true. And with that, we had overcome many obstacles to end our first stargazing meetup in peace. Okay, so next day, no school. And I kept my promise and went through with the penalty game. And Takeichi thought that Akito was basically just lying or kidding. But I'm kind of surprised that he actually went through with it. There was a little part in the Christmas Story where they had this dare and they wanted someone to lick the pole with their tongue, and one person did it and their tongue eventually got stuck to the pole, and they had to call the firefighters to free the tongue from the pole, and the kids didn't really show any remorse and they were just laughing it off. I'm not really sure what happened next because it's been a while since I've watched that movie. So after swimming to the opposite side of the river and back, Takeichi seemed to be at a loss for words. So it's like, well, I guess that bet really didn't scare Akito one bit, because he's good at swimming. And having him swim in the cold rivers was peanuts to or trivial. Well, I hope he freezes. Yeah, I'm fine. I tried my best to look unconcerned as my teeth chattered and Hikari ran up next to me. Her lips, or my lips, are probably blue. I better dry off. Well, if you get too cold, you might get sick. I took the towel from Hikari and began drying off. But with only my upper body naked and my pants still on, drying off would be impossible. Because he had to swim naked in the river. Okay, so I did it. I looked at them with an expression that dared Takeichi and his lackeys to complain. So what do they have to complain? Oh, it's not all the way through, you didn't go far enough. Just find more excuses to make Akito scared of them. Or more ways to make Akito fear of Takeichi and his underlings. But in response, it looks like Takeichi's impressed with Akito's ability. I felt a little better as I looked at the speechless Takeichi and his goons. But Hikari is kind of concerned about Akito. Well, obviously. Oh, I'm sorry. After apologizing to Hikari, I took back my shirt and jacket and had planned to go out in style with my jacket laid across my shoulders. And that's when... Uh-oh. So the teacher... She knows something's wrong and she stands up. So what does Miharu-sensei have to say about this? Oh no, it's the teacher! Okay, so she's obviously angry. And next to her is So I think Saya told the teacher about the problem. It's like, oh, teacher, I think Takeichi is making Akito go swim in the rivers naked as punishment for, that stargazing event. Or that bet. And obviously, Miharu knows something's wrong and she goes and basically, confronts the situation. There was Saya. It was apparent that she had already spoken with the teacher. Well, how would she know or Miharu know about this problem? So I wonder if Miharu knows Takeichi and the underlings very well about how much trouble they cause for everyone else. I'm sorry. Okay, so he's gonna talk to Akito first. So her holding back her anger for now, Saotome-sensei grabbed my hand and began walking. I was really impressed with how well she kept her anger in check. Well, she's teacher, so... Okay, so she's trying to remedy Akito before he gets hypothermia. Okay, so you're gonna stay until you get all warmed up. As I began to feel the warmth taken over my frozen body in the bath, I murmured to myself, well, at least it's all over now. These past few days really were a lot of fun. I had looked up a lot of information on stars while working together with Hikari on the stargazing meetup. And celestial objects in the cosmos, it was all such a different world from the one I know until now. Learning about the mechanisms of the vastness of space was a lot of fun. I studied telescopes and was happy that I was slowly learning about how to use them too. And more than anything, looking through the lens of real stars was the most exciting. I had done everything together with Hikari. It was just so much fun to nurture a new fascination with someone else. I was happy that I had been able to share that enjoyment together with someone. But now it's over. I don't think it's over yet. I think it's just the beginning. It's like at least he opened all these opportunities. Instead of being this really depressed person coming to class with a non-functional telescope, at least he has more things to do, to hang out with friends with, and to connect to other people. And unlike me, Hikari was really popular in our class and had a lot of friends. And that even said that she was the type to get bored easily. You could tell her just by looking at her. I was sure that the Night on the Galactic Railroad girl was satisfied now that she'd seen the Winter Albireo. So it's kind of remembering the past. Okay.
こじゃない。どこか遠くの世界。そこには山があって谷があって確かな大地があって、まるで別の世界がそこにあるように感じて。
Okay.
行ってみたいって思ったんだ。
Somewhere far from here. Where would I want to go? Up until now, I didn't want to go anywhere. After losing my parents, I didn't enjoy anything. So he was kind of depressed. I had always thought nothing would ever be fun again, so to feel enjoyment again, I was just so lonely because I knew I could never get back what I had lost. Okay, so we're back with Akito and him trying to warm up and not have hypothermia. I had my hair dried thoroughly with a dryer and was even lent some clothes. After which I was given a scolding that was even more thorough than the hair drying when I was finally released and it was already dusk. So I wonder if the teacher talked to Hikari and Takeichi as well. Oh, Hikari! So Hikari was in front of the small candy store. So you wait for me? Oh, you took my place. I was supposed to be the one who swims in the river. Well, I said I would. Besides, I was the one that didn't make it in time. Well, then again, it wasn't really Akito's fault in the first place, because if you remember, the underlings tried to block him in and ensured that they wouldn't get to see the Albireo stars, and that this event would naturally be cancelled. And as a side effect, it will make all the classmates upset that they came out here for nothing. Well, that's how I answered, but that wasn't how I felt. Simply put, all our fun times would seem to be over, and I was bitter. I was in despair. On top of that, she watched me get bullied by Takeichi and the others. So just remembering their faces after I got out of the river filled with intense satisfaction. Or satisfaction. Hikari watched with a silly, pseudo-angry expression. I'm not really sure what she means. So even Pooch wants to know, I guess. Okay, so Saya's with Pooch. Oh yeah, Saya and Pooch. So why no Pooch? So Saya nodded her head. Okay, so she's gonna give Pooch a name, and she calls it Kotarou. So now we kind of know where this dog comes into play in the current times. So if you notice, we're still in the past phase. Like, we're seeing what it was like when Hikari, Akito, and Saya were when they were in elementary school. Kotarou? Okay. So Pooch, well, Kotarou answered happily. Okay, so the dad is Taro, so it makes sense to call this dog Kotarou. So in a sense, it has the word Taro in the name. And there he goes. The Taro lying in front of the kennel answered reluctantly. So you guys decide to give him to Saotome Sensei? So Taro wants to adopt this dog. So I think Kotaro's afraid of this big dog. Oh, but now it looks like he's kind of attached to the big dog Taro. So tiny Kotarou frolicked around big Taro, and he looked a bit annoyed. Oh, so it's Taro that doesn't seem interested in Kotarou. Wait, I'm kind of confused. So it's like, does Taro want Kotarou the dog, or it's the other way around? Or they just kind of, you seem to be a good, son. Well, I'm glad that he found a place to live. And Kotarou agrees. I felt relieved, but a little lonely. So the Stargazers meetup was over, and now the stray dogs had found its home. So another link between Hikari and I, gone. Well, worrying over it won't help anyone though. As I got ready to leave, Saya, who had been busy petting Kotarou's head, suddenly stood up. Alright, so I noticed that my time is long enough, so I have to stop my video here. And we'll see what happens next with Saya and Akito. And also, we can see how Kotarou got its name, because he was like the adopted son for the big dog Taro that Saotome's family has. And I'm not really sure what happened to Takeichi and the others about that bet where if you lose you have to go swim in the rivers, because it was kind of unfair that only Akito got disciplined for it. He got scolded by Miharu-sensei as he had to go into a hot bath to warm up and not get hypothermia. But we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure we're coming to the end of the childhood phase now that all the major events are over. And hopefully in the next episode we'll go back to current times and see what's like when Hikari got to see Akito again in many years, or after many years. And how Orihime and Honoka, and I forgot that last person. Well, that's because this child phase has been lasting for too many episodes. So look forward to that in the future episodes.